ACS Skills Assessment for Australian migration purposes. Payment evidence is one of the important things and perhaps the most common reason why ACS Skills Assessment applications are being refused from last year 2019 when there were new requirements in skills assessment applications. Gone were those days when you would just come up with an employer reference certificate, upload it on ACS Skills Assessment website, and all you have to do is put appropriate roles in the letter, get it certified, and then get it signed by authorized person. You do not actually have to put any payment evidence whatsoever. That just a reference letter would be good enough. Namaste and welcome to Sujit Talks. My name is Sujit Pilar, registered migration agent. This video is about Australian Computer Society skills assessment for migration purposes, obviously for Australian migration. We are talking about ICT professionals here, and one of the key criteria in ACS skills assessment is to be able to provide the documents that they would like to see. And one of those are the payment evidences that you provide with your skills assessment application. From 2019, the requirements of ACS skills assessment have changed drastically and resulted in a lot of refusals. And one of the reasons why applications were refused are because they couldn't provide payment evidence. There are 4 payment evidences that ACS recommends. 1. Bank statements. 2. Tax documents. 3. Superannuations or PF as you call it in India and other countries. And number 4, it could be pay slips. You please double check with ACS checklist on ACS skills assessment website before you go and lodge your application, if you're doing it yourself or if you're taking an assistance from a registered migration agent like me. Then you can certainly discuss with the agent what are the documents required, because these things keep changing from time to time. Always check the date this video or any video for Australian migration purposes is uploaded and see if the information is current, and never base on the information in a particular video and then act thinking that this is immigration advice, which is not. So back to the requirements, back to payment evidence. ACS is recommending 4 and they are asking 2 out of 4. And by any means, or if you are having difficulty in providing 2 of those 4 documents because they want 2 out of 4, you can always check with ACS whether you could provide alternate evidence, but usually they wouldn't buy your reasons unless they are real. You just can't say that I work for a company in India and they don't just provide documents much, they just pay me in cash and I don't get paid by bank, so there are no bank statements, and because the employment is such that we were paid less. What I meant to say is, you could argue saying that the income is too low for you to go and declare it to the tax office or put it under IT returns, which means that you're not formally declaring an employment, which means it could be fake according to ACS or according to Department of Home Affairs, because why are you not applying tax for that employment? See, logically, even if your income is less than a particular threshold, no one will ask you not to apply tax returns or not to declare. No one will actually stop you from lodging a tax return, because you get an official piece of paper that you could provide to Australian Computer Society or Department of Home Affairs when they are asking you for evidence of your employment. So tax document is very important. Now, I understand some companies or some people in some countries do not get to lodge tax returns. Maybe they are living in a country where there is no tax obligation to declare and it's tax free, so you wouldn't get a tax document. But you must provide 2 out of 4 payment evidences. If you cannot provide, there should be a substantial reason why you cannot provide. Bank statements are very, very important. In the bank statements, again, employer name is very important. So you can't just ask your friend to deposit some money and say that, okay, it's coming as a salary. So I understand some companies have weird names and they do not actually have the company names in the bank statement, but that is a genuine employment. Then we can sit and discuss how we can show that evidence if it is genuine. Now, I've covered bank statements and tax documents, very, very important documents. Some countries have got PF, Provident Fund, and some countries have superannuations, like Australia. The employer pays superannuation. So you can actually check in your super account where is it coming from. And if you go to this payment summary or group certificates at the end of the financial year, you could see how much your employer has contributed to your super. So you can see your name, employer name. So what is these documents doing? You might have thought. Basically, these three things that I've mentioned, super or tax or bank statements, are all third-party documents. So ACS gives a lot of importance to third-party documents than it gives to a payslip, because anyone can just produce a payslip overnight. So pay slips are not that difficult to get. So there is a chance of manufacturing evidence in pay slips compared to manufacturing evidence with tax returns or bank statements. I know some people do magic with bank statements as well, but it's difficult to do with bank statements than to do with pay slips. So pay slips are not a very good evidence, but it's still there in those four evidences. So I have seen many people contacting me last year where they couldn't provide payment evidences properly and got an ACS refusal. Then they came to me and we sorted it out and contacted the employers and got the right kind of evidence and submitted again and got a successful ACS outcome. I have assisted many ICT professionals in advising them about ACS skills assessment, in lodging ACS skills assessment for various occupations in MLTSSL and ST as well, and indeed getting positive outcomes for them. If you're one of those who got a negative skills assessment from ACS and would like to know whether a review or an appeal is good option, you could simply go to my website sujittalks.com, schedule a phone or a video consultation. I will discuss with you in detail and would advise. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Sujit Talks on YouTube and like my Facebook page as well.